Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Tune In Tuesday. 2020, it definitely helped us all see the importance of self-care as we navigated so many challenges because of the COVID-19 pandemic. We're now at the midpoint in the semester and many of you may be looking for jobs, internships, or summer experiences. So today we have two counselors with us, Mark and Aaron from Counseling Services in Radley Hall, and they're going to discuss mindfulness as a strategy in the job search process.
Hey, my name is Mark Huttemier. I'm a counselor at the University of Wisconsin River Falls. I'm helping career with interviewing skills, and so I can use the counseling skill of mindfulness, or just being aware of the present, to kind of train your brain over time to bring yourself back to what's happening in the here and now, letting go of anxiety, letting go of thoughts that aren't helpful. So what is mindfulness? Mindfulness is like paying attention to what's happening right in front of you, not being distracted by all those thoughts that come out of nowhere or feelings that come out of nowhere, but having a skill actually too, when you do notice you're having thoughts that come out of nowhere or feelings coming out of nowhere, to bring yourself back to the present. And the more you practice that skill from going from thoughts and feelings back to the present, the better your brain gets at letting go of that almost instantaneously, so that if you do it for a while, if you practice the skill that we're going to teach you, you'll be able to do a really good job on your interview. Even when you start to notice that you're stressed, your body will have a way to let go of that. So a couple of terms to be aware of is awareness. So awareness of the here and now. So breathing is a good way to be aware. So if you start focusing on your breathing, you're very much focusing on something that's happening in the present. So that's why a lot of meditation or mindfulness comes back to the breath, because that's happening right now. And it's something we can feel because we have to breathe. And then acceptance, that's kind of the mind tool of mindfulness, is that we don't have to react to our thoughts and feelings. We just have to be curious about them, and also know that when we're curious about them, they don't have to be there. We can let go of them. We do not have to react to them. We can kind of pick or choose whether they're worth paying attention to or not. And just realizing that the brain throws a lot of thoughts our ways. That's what our brain does. But when we notice those thoughts, we don't have to stay with them. Come back to the present. So a meditator is someone who meditates. So it's a practice. You just try things that make you feel better, and pretty soon you're doing it because it does. So let me show you something that'll make you feel better. So I've done this meditation with a lot of students, and I invite you to kind of pause the recording and give this following meditation a try. All right. So in kind of reflecting on that last experience, you probably feel a little bit more relaxed now. That's guided meditation. Now, what we're about to do is to do the thing that trains your brain to come back to the present, the mindfulness meditation. So again, the last one was just, it helps you relax, feels good. But this next one is the practice. And if you do this practice for 5 minutes, the one you're about to learn every day, you'll find naturally in social situations, or in giving speech situations, or in interviews, if you start to feel anxious, you'll have a tool to come back to the present. And because your brain has practiced that tool over and over and over again, it'll be there for you when you need it most. And it'll help you be less reactive to stress. So here it is. And I'm going to pause the what I'm recording right now so you can give it a go. So this is about 5 minutes long. And this practice that you're about to do is the one that I want you to do 5 minutes a day. So it's hard, right? Because you got to intentionally do it. But every time you intentionally do it, like the recording says, your brain gets better at it. And if you can imagine that there's a groove in your brain that's starting to practice letting go of things, the more you practice it, the bigger it gets. And so the more powerful it gets. And so if you give 2 weeks of this, 5 minutes a day, you'll notice that you have a tool now to let go of thoughts and feelings that aren't helpful and come back to the present. So what can you do in the future to keep on it? Well, here are some things. We have a weekly meditation group, especially running when COVID's not around. But right now we're sending out videos to help people kind of have new experiences with meditation. We have this website that's really good for listening to kind of podcasts about meditation. And then there are apps that are wonderful for trying out too. And I encourage you guys to give those a go. Well, this has been Mark Huttmeyer. I hope this is helpful for you. I know it's been super helpful for me. My social anxiety has gone from way up here to right down here, and it's allowed me to be that much better under pressure. Take care.